Good morning, nerds. It's Fana, and it's time for another Legacy of the Void replay cast. Once again, we have Stephano in the bottom right here. I want to get through a couple of Stephano replays before the patch comes out, and they're no longer castable, because I think you can go back and cast from the last patch, but it's a pain in the ass, and I don't want to deal with that, so I just want to get through a bunch of Stephano replays, and I don't think I've casted a ZVT from Stephano in Legacy yet, so this is going to be good. I know he likes lurkers, and I personally, I'm not the biggest fan of lurkers in ZVT. I'll talk about that a bit more in a second, as we do have Hatchcast Pool coming up from Stephano. And in the top left of the map, we have Mikasa, who, I'm not sure who this is, no idea, but he's at Stephano's MMR level, so we're going to assume that he's pretty good at the game. It's a pretty good assumption to make. And he will be going for the standard Reaper Expand. Now, I personally don't like using lurkers because they don't really fit my playstyle. My playstyle is a bit faster than lurkers, so what happens when you build lurkers is there's two things you can do with them. Basically, you can go balls deep with them and be super aggressive and just go crazy and like try and like just basically just run your army up into the natural and try and burrow the lurkers like here. And like if you get this position with your lurkers, like you will be in an amazing spot, because for him to try and defend this, he either comes down the ramp, or he comes in from here, or he comes in from here, and you can kind of just posture the rest of your army around to force him over the lurkers, and it just works out amazingly. But pulling that off is probably a mistake of your opponent, or you're incredibly far ahead. Because you shouldn't be able to get your lurkers there. Like, he should have units in position to make you siege up here or something like that. And if he forces you to siege up here, or even if he forces you to siege up in the middle of the map, like, he can just start dropping you, harassing you, multi-pronging you, all that kind of stuff, and you get put into a horrible situation. So the way that lurkers are used mostly is to defend space. So a couple of lurkers here, a couple of lurkers here, maybe one in the main base, and you pretty much got all of your bases locked down in that scenario. Reaper is going to die really weak control there. Should not happen that early. So you get pushed back into this ultra defensive position where you just sat back with your lurkers, and you know they're not going to run onto the lurkers because they know they're going to die. Maybe they will if they're not too experienced with lurkers. But basically nothing happens. It becomes a very passive game other than defending drops, and I don't really like that. And it also makes it really hard to take a fourth base, because I mean, you look at these fourth bases, there's a lot of space, and lurkers spread out get weaker and weaker. So once you take your fourth base, let's say you've got 10 lurkers total, and you had 4 here, you had 4 here, you had 1 there, and you had 1 there to stop the drops a bit easier. Now, you take a fourth base. Oh, big lung run. Oh, God, there's a big ling run by. This is a lot of SCVs for Stephano. That is, oh my God, that's a boatload of SCVs right there. That is a titanic amount of SCVs going down. And that is not going to treat Mikasa too well at all. Yeah, that was a bit nasty. And the third base is in a bit of trouble. If this goes down as well, I don't think it will. I think the bench is going to save it, but holy crap, that was a cute little play from Stephano. Just pump in a few lings there a bit earlier than normal, and catching Mikasa off guard with his greedy 3cc. But as I was saying, if you had 10 total, say you got 4 there, and you take a base here, you're going to want at least 3 or 4 there. So either you build 4 more lurkers, or you weaken your defenses on all fronts. Now, if you're building 4 more lurkers, like a lot of your army supply is in lurkers at that point. You're going to be able to like 14 lurkers, which is a hell of a lot of supply. And it's all in defensive supply. So you have to play one of the most passive games ever. Which personally, I'm not a fan of. Now, maybe you could do that and go into like Mutiling Bane and just counterattack. But I haven't seen too much of that myself. The problem with Mutalisks in ZVT is that currently they have the Liberator, and the Liberator is something that it's not the nicest thing against Mutalisks. If you build up a big Mute account and they've got 4 or 5 Liberators, you can probably say goodbye to your Mutaflock. You can magic box the best you can, but the Liberators still trade pretty decently against Mutalisks. Yeah, but anyway, we've got double cloak Banshee coming across the map here for Mikasa. He kind of needs to make a bit of a comeback, so these doing damage would be massive for him. He's trying to roll around here to the third base. What defense does Stephano has? He has a Spore Crawler, but Banshee range... Oh, wow, I like that one. That is a beautiful Spore Crawler up the top there. I love it. I love it. That actually shut down the Banshees really well. It also covers the pathway into the main. Oh my god, I like that. Stephano, you were making me happy until you sacrificed all of these Zerglings for free. Okay, he realizes now. But he needs to deal with these Banshees. As I said, the Banshees can always get a really nice position. This one's out of cloak energy now, so we will push that one back. Queens go out, and it does survive. +1/+1 melee on the way for Stephano here. He's actually taken a really late tech, and he's taken a 4th base already. Now, he can get away with this because it's Banshee and not Liberator, whereas if it was Liberator, you need Ravagers or you need Spire to deal with them. When they get behind the mineral line, there's nothing that hits them other than Ravagers or Mutas or Corruptors. Spore Crawlers don't reach, Queens don't reach. So the Liberator opener, in my opinion, is a really strong opener for Terran right now. It forces the Zerg player down a certain pathway. But Stephano has just completely ignored that, probably because he got so much damage done with his Lings. And he probably got a good scout with the Lings, actually. That's something I didn't mention. When he was over here and he ran up there, he's got good information against what Mikasa's doing. And he can probably predict that Banshees are coming out based on what units and what buildings he had at the front, so that probably helped him out a lot there, deciding on what to go. But he's got a really fast 2/2 coming up. One thing that is insanely strong for Zerg in Legacy is the Ultralisk. Ultralisk with the chitinous plating upgrade in Legacy, since it's been buffed, I think it's 3 more armor in total. Marines just do no damage to them in comparison to what they did before. Big engagement coming across the map here. Just Lings going in for Stephano. It's not enough. I don't even think he has a Baneling Nest yet. What a crazy guy. No Baneling Nest for Stephano. Just trying to do this purely on Zerglings until he can get up to those Ultralisks. And even skipping gas at multiple bases to get more Zerglings there. And that's why he needs these double macro hatches to keep up with the Zergling production, also taking a 5th base at the same time. He's going to have so many hatcheries. But without Ultralisks, I think he might struggle with the push a bit here. Mikasa is pushing onto creep. He doesn't have the combat shields yet, but he's going in either way. And there's the big surround on the Zerglings. Hellbat's in the mix as well. The 2 Widow Mines gonna go off on the Overseer on the Queens, doing absolutely no help for Stephano at all, as you would expect. But sometimes the Widow Mines do hit the Terran player's own units, but that's it. That base is going to go down. I think Stephano's in a lot of trouble here. Those Hellbats against no Banelings are just going to work out amazing. 2/2 is almost here. Maybe that is something that can save him. Adrenal Glands coming up really quickly for Stephano. Not something you saw a lot in Heart of the Swarm, but again, it is buffed in Legacy of the Void. Here we go. Stephano going for another wraparound. He needs to find those Hellbat kills. Can these Zerglings do it? It looks like they will. And Mikasa will have to pick off and get out there. You see the Widow Mine. I think they did damage to the Medivacs there. And he's going to drop here with the Hellbat getting healed by the Medivacs. Those Lings are goners. He needs to get back onto that creep. Maybe wait for his Adrenal Glands as much as he can, but it's a long way off. It's about 60 seconds off right now. Mikasa is pushing the issue, coming in right here. 118 supply for Stephano. Only Zerglings. The Ultralisk den is almost here, though. If he gets those Ultralisks up, I'm telling you right now, he will crush through that army. With the chitinous plating, they take absolutely no damage at all. And there we go, chitinous plating. Ultralisks on the production tab. Again, he doesn't have that much gas because he skimped it. He skimped on it to get all those Zerglings. Another push coming in now. Can Stephano survive? Another Widow Mine going in, doing a lot of damage to the Zerglings. But again, the Terran units as well. But it's not enough. This is just... There's no way. With only Zerglings, it's not enough. It's going to come down to this Ultralisk. It's all going to come down to the first Ultralisk. Can the first Ultralisk defend the 3 bases of Stephano? Because if it can't, he is gonna be screwed. He is gonna be well and truly screwed in the pooch. Chitinous plating is not going to be ready even for this first Ultralisk. He's got a lot of queens, which are going to be the defense. Queenling defense. There's the Ultralisk. Can it survive? No, it goes down. He's got another one on the way soon, though, I think. The Queen's actually adding a decent amount of DPS at the back there. Where's the next Ultralisk? Is that him there? There he is. It's all up to him now. Can he do it? The hero Ultralisk. He's going in. He's going to try and push him back. Transfuses go off. Oh, he's doing well, the lad, but he's not enough. He's going to go down as well, and I think that's going to be the end of Stephano there. This push is just too strong, especially with 4 bases behind this Terran player. Adrenal glands kicks in. Another Ultralisk joins the battle with chitinous plating this time. Let's see what damage this Ultralisk can do. No transfuses there, though. And it's actually the Widow Mines that are doing the damage to Ultralisk while he has the chitinous plating. I don't think there's any hope for Stephano here. 154 supply for the Terran player. He's going to do his best to try and hold on against this non-stop aggression, but pulling him off creep there, just going to be able to kite him, even though the Ultralisk takes very little damage. Stephano just can't kill the army. Like, the Ultralisk, one swing, and then he has to go back. Honestly, he shouldn't be able to get any hits off creep, except for the Zerg should be able to, but look at him. Just look at him. He is a fat motherfucker who has eaten too many donuts, and he can no longer do anything. This is what happens, kids. You eat too many donuts, you become this guy. That guy right there. You get fat as hell, you grow spikes all over yourself, you grow massive arms, which you can slice people up with. Okay, suddenly it doesn't sound that bad. But yeah, he's going to get kited unless Stephano can get the full links around here. 2 Widow Mines in the mix, though, and boom! That actually helped out Stephano a lot more than they did the Terran player, and that's what I was talking about. Can he pick up those Widow's Mines? Does he have an overseer? He's building one now. He's a bit late on that. He's actually holding on with these Ultras. If he makes a comeback here, I'm going to be very surprised. He's going to keep pushing back. Look at that kindness play. This is 0 damage from the bio. He's going for a Viper behind this. Just one Viper because his economy is so limited right now. He's desperately trying to get that 4th base up. He's got like no transfuses. I think he's got 1 transfuse in the mix of those queens right there. Pushing forward. Every swipe does a lot of damage, but it's getting those swipes that's the hard thing, because if you're not on creep, it just doesn't happen. Transfuse goes off. The Marauder count is getting bigger and bigger for Mikasa here. And once it builds up, those Ultralisks will go down no matter how much armor they have. Also, Liberators. Oh, that is a good choice by Mikasa. Liberators do a lot of damage against Ultralisk, and picking up that Defender mode there, which will not be used for defense. It will be used for offense. The Ultralisk count is still building up, but still, he's going to have nothing to deal with Liberators. What a great choice by Mikasa. I mean, he's got the queens, I guess, but are they going to survive? Oh, Ultraling pushing for... He can't take the engagement off the creep. He can't get that links around that he needs. He's going to go... Oh, I thought he was going to go for the wraparound there and try and get them from the back so he could lock them into position. But even if he did, there's so many Widow Mines here, the lings would just get blown up instantly. Can he get this around? He's got that pack up there ready to go. Trying to get this around. Vipers are on the way. I don't think he knows about the Liberators yet, which are going to be the main issue here. Stephano trying to go for a run by to buy himself some time here. He will get not into the main base. He can't afford to lose these inefficiently, and right now he's losing them quite inefficiently. Not the worst, not the worst. He didn't lose too many, and he bought himself a hell of a lot of time. And he's going to keep those back for a run by. Look at all the time he's buying himself here. Mikasa has to move to the left side of the map, whereas Stephano is just chilling. He's getting more Ultralisks. Oh, there's so many Liberators, though. There's going to be going up to 6 Liberators now. He'll possibly build another 3 after this, bringing him to 10 Liberators. He's actually supply capped right now. But yeah, I don't know if the Queens can do it. You need a lot of DPS to get through. Maybe some really good parasitic bombs to take care of the Liberators along with the Queens. Maybe that can be a thing for the comeback here. But he does need to get the Liberators stacked up to be able to make it happen. He doesn't see the Vipers with that scan, so he won't be thinking about splitting up right now. Now, is that enough stack up? I'm not sure it is, but Stephano is going to come in with the Ultralisk. This is going to be the last engagement of the game. I think so many Marauders. And look at the Liberator damage on all of those Ultralisks. It's going down. The Parasitic Bomb goes off, but it's not enough. Everything of Stephano just gets shredded with those... The Power Bomb almost did it, but he lost his army before that. And that's going to be GG. Mikasa pushes through, taking care of Stephano's non-Baneling style there. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I really do think you need at least some Banelings to help out with the bio there. Otherwise, if you mix in a few Hellbats as Mikasa did, then you're going to struggle a lot to be able to take care of it. So GG by Mikasa there. Really like the Liberator switch against Ultras as well. Good choice. The other option is Ghosts. But I feel like Liberators get the job done just a bit better than Ghosts with a new snipe. Anyway, fun little game there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the replay cast. And I will see you nerds tomorrow for another video. Peace, guys.